Hi, Hi, everybody, and welcome back to We the People podcast show. I'm Karina Schmitt, and today I'm here with Cathy Bateman from Charlotte County. She's involved in a couple of organizations such as the American Patriot Executive Committee. We had Kathy Chamberlain on the show just very recently, and I encourage you to go back to the channel and watch that video and the short videos that we did with her as well. Kathy, welcome to We the People podcast. You're also a member of We the People Club and very active in the community. Tell us more about that.
Yep. Well, hi there. I am the president of the Charlotte County Trump Club, first of all. And yes, I'm involved in other groups around the county. I'm also on the executive board at the APEC that you mentioned, APEC, and with Cathy Chamberlain. And, I just keep active where I just kind of like go with the flow, what interests me, and see what's happening. Um, and just try to keep up with what's happening in the county, in the state. And now with the elections, that's just really keeping me busy.
And it's very important that this work is done too to reach out to our community, our members at the grassroots level. How have you been able to reach out to them? Your club has grown quite a bit.
Well, I get involved like do different events. I did the Charlie Kirk event at Twisted Fork when he passed away. And that started out because I saw on social media people complaining that Charlotte County wasn't doing anything for Charlie Kirk. And so I reached out to Bert over at Twisted Fork, asked if we could use his venue, and he, was very eager to get involved. And with him and his connections, we made it very successful over there.
It was huge.
Prior to that, we did the inauguration for President Trump at the Twisted Fork. He was very helpful in allowing us to use his restaurant for that as well. And then I get involved with your club and just different clubs that interest me and that are out there trying to um, educate the uh, public and the general uh, general public, and hopefully that they would be interested themselves and make them aware that what your group is doing, what my group is doing, because you see all the complaints with people not knowing what's happening. And here we are having all these great speakers and to educate the people. And we're trying to show them to come and listen and learn. And it's just amazing how they complain, but they don't show up.
Did you get started because you feel perhaps the media is not reaching people adequately or they are creating a certain narrative that this is what they want to push and it's not broad enough?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. That's definitely true. That is what the media does. But that's not how I got involved. I took over the Trump Club when the previous president passed away. But then I just, was going to the different clubs throughout the county, just trying to see where I fit in and what felt good to me and what they were putting out to the the citizens out there. And so I just kind of felt my way through. And because the media definitely, the radio, lots of the radio around here does not put out what we are trying to uh, educate the citizens about. So
Do you feel
that's the kind of speakers I get to
do
come
you
in and,
feel sometimes do you feel sometimes that the media failed to provide actual meaningful conversations and meaningful dialogue
oh,
and topics and they feed us uh, sometimes what could be considered as fluff, not to put them down because some things are important that they share as well, but they fail to engage people in meaningful dialogues and listen to the people.
Correct. Absolutely. And that's why that's why I enjoy your club, because you bring people that are very interesting and that are telling the story of what's really going on. That's why I get the speakers I get. I don't bring in the speakers that every other club has had over and over and over again. I want people to learn what's really going on behind the scenes. And it's amazing, like back during the when the J6ers were thrown in prison. And it was shocking to me. The people that were listening came to me afterwards and said, I had no idea. They had no idea that they were, being treated the way they were. And it was shocking to me that they did not know this. Just different things like that, that it's just, I mean, I hear it all the time. You hear it all the time. We
Yes.
know. And then when the people come to our clubs and they're just so shocked, but yet, and they're very interested. And we tell them, get involved, go here, go there, listen to this, listen to that. And they don't do anything. They're very interested, but they still don't get involved.
So
I just don't,
one of
I
the
just don't
things that,
understand.
as you know, we do a little bit differently at We the People when we have our meetings is that we film the speakers. We don't film the invocation, the Pledge of Allegiance, the news updates, the first 15 minutes or so, perhaps. But we film the main speaker because we feel it's important to get
Mm-hmm.
that message out. You were at the club meeting on Monday when David Kalin spoke about election integrity, potential fraud and
Mm-hmm.
irregularities. We put out videos about that and also a
Mm-hmm.
video from that was just put out yesterday from the 2024 election that literally shows how one of the
Oh yeah.
candidates, his opponent, she was running for re-election and should not be
Yeah.
handling ballots, and her hands are literally
Mm-hmm.
in there. You can recognize her by
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
her jewelry, and other people witnessed that she was there. What do you think
Mm-hmm.
about that? I mean,
Well,
for us at We the
mm-hmm.
People, I've said that so many times. It's so important that people share, 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 share this
Right.
information because we don't have
Right.
a multi-million dollar budget to advertise it on billboards or whatever.
Right.
Your perspective.
Yeah. I was I was there when Dave was speaking the other night. It just brought back all those flood of memories from that election. It was horrible. We put our heart and soul in that election, and to see what took place, it was, and nothing became of it. No repercussions, there was no accountability for what took place.
They've
And it
swept it
was
under the
just,
rug.
and then exactly. And then when you bring it up, you look like the radical, you look like you're the troublemaker. And all you're trying to do is to bring out the truth and show what's really going on. And then people just keep continuing to vote these same people in. And it's just,
It's
and they can't understand.
mind-boggling.
It's like insanity. It's insanity. You keep, repeating the same thing over and over again. And I mean,
So that
let me
brings
tell you this one incident. This one
absolutely.
incident where, okay, so I'm not going to mention names or anything, but the people complaining about a certain commissioner. They can't stand him. They want to get rid of him, blah, blah, blah. I end up bringing them the person that's running against this commissioner. And here you go. Let's do something here. This is his opponent. You want to get rid of him? Here you go. Oh yeah, we'll help you. We want to definitely do something about this. They did nothing. 2 weeks after the election, they're putting it all over social media. Oh my God, we got to get rid of this guy. We got to get rid of him. When there's an election, I'm like, oh my God, we just had the election. What? I mean, this is insanity. They didn't even realize there was an election.
Right, and that's mind-boggling to think that for something so important as local elections, because they
Mm-hmm.
actually, in many respects, more important than the national elections are, because politics starts here at the local level. That's our everyday
Exactly.
life.
Yeah.
And then you have 22 something percent, I think it was, um,
22.6.
22.6% that show up to vote. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you want
Mm-hmm.
literally
For the primary,
22% to decide
deciding
what
how,
goes on
yep.
in your daily life, the red lights that we're dealing with that take too long, or the lack of
Mm-hmm.
domestic abuse assistance
Mm-hmm.
centers that we have in this county,
Yeah.
or problems with the schools. You want just 22% of the community to decide everything for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you go out and make sure you vote, stay informed?
I don't think
What's
people
your response to
realize,
that?
I don't think people realize how that they do have a voice. I don't think they realize that their one voice does matter. They just don't get it. Now, getting back to when Dave was speaking, all that information he gave, he got that, he put that all the way up to the top at the in the state level. And it's just scary because nothing was done about it. And it's just, and they make him look like he's the crazy one, or any of his people that were, backing him and following him and trying to get the word out to the public. Oh no, they want to make him look like he's, the crazy one and conspiracy and all this. And
And that's the
I
media
mean, he
that's
had
involved in
evidence.
that as well. The media
Uh,
is the culprit in
yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
that constructed society of elitists. I oftentimes refer to
Mm-hmm.
it as a mafia because it's structured as in a similar
Yes.
way as a mafia is structured. Um, we
And the
have
more
an
you're
issue.
involved, the more you're involved, the more you find that out,
Yes,
the deeper it
absolutely.
gets.
Now, I reach out to people in my precinct simply by emailing them. What do you encourage people to do? You're in the same precinct as me, and I
Mm-hmm.
think a lot of people don't even understand how these territories play a significant role as well in our elections. What do you encourage people to do as a leader of the Trump Club with the information that you provide them?
Well, I encourage them to get out and walk their neighborhood or talk to their neighbors and let them know what's available, um, and and let them know about the primary, for example, how important this is, and they need to vote.
Which is on the
Um,
18th of August. It's just around the
yeah,
corner. We are literally
right.
11 days away from the primary. So please, 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 people, make sure that you go vote. Look at
Mm-hmm.
your voter
Mm-hmm.
registration card and make sure
Yeah,
that you know where to vote because they changed our precincts just recently.
yeah. Yep.
That was
And
our
there's,
supervisor of election, Leah Valenti, that sent out
yeah,
new voter registration cards just recently.
yeah.
So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
people have paid attention to that. Kathy, I want to bring to the attention, and I'm going to try to share the link in the description of this video. You shared a really interesting video with this guy, Kevin Kyle. I forget his last name now. Tell me more about that.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, Kevin Kyle. That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Isn't that his name?
Are
The
you talking about Cullen? The video with Cullen that he was
yes,
talking about
yeah,
the,
the one you sent to me just
about Cullen. He does a lot of different podcasts and videos, and um what was that one about, the just talking about the general public, how
yeah about getting
they
involved, getting the
about
message out and
getting,
sharing.
yeah, basically what I've already been saying, just how important it is that each person thinks that they can't do anything, but they really, really have a voice, and they need to find what interests them. You know, just like I said, when I first got involved around here in Charlotte County, I just I couldn't understand all the different clubs and what the REC was and why are there so many different Republican clubs, and so I slowly, was making my way. Had a friend tell
And
me
some are
once, you got to stay in
sanctioned,
your lane.
some
Huh?
are sanctioned. Yeah, and the difference between being a sanctioned or
Oh,
non-sanctioned
chartered
club,
clubs.
a
Yeah,
charter
the
club,
chartered clubs.
meaning that they
Mm-hmm.
are under the directions and rule
The,
of the RPOF, the Republican Party of Florida. So that means that they
right.
don't have unlimited freedom of speech within the club. They can only
Correct. Right.
discuss certain things in
Right.
a certain way. It's actually a very
Right.
controlled.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think it goes
That's
against
okay.
the very principle of our First Amendment,
Yeah.
the way they run
Well,
it, quite
yeah. So
frankly. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that, but it's the truth. When you,
I know.
when
I
you
know.
limit
It's
people's
difficult.
freedom of speech, you're
Mm-hmm.
violating the First Amendment, whether you are a government organization or you're a private entity. Everybody has the right to voice their opinion and go to church and
Correct.
whatever else they're
It's
they're
just
doing.
gotten worse lately with the
Kathy,
RPOF. It's gotten
absolutely
much worse with the leadership at the top. They're out of control right now. And I don't care if I get in trouble. I mean, my Trump Club is not chartered, and I
right.
don't want to be chartered.
Same with We
And
the People.
Christine would roll over in her grave if I got it chartered. And when I first met her, I didn't understand all of that. Now I totally get it, and I would never get it chartered, especially right now,
Correct.
because the people that are at the leadership up at the state level, there's so much corruption. It's not even funny. And they what they have done with, like, the county, the people in your county, you vote for your state committee man. This is just an example. It is on the ballot when you vote for your state committee man every, what is it, 4 years, I think.
Yes.
And so you vote for a state committee man and a state committee woman. And most of the people don't even know who they are, but they vote them in. And so they're elected officials. Well, the leadership of the RPOF, they took it upon themselves this past year or two, a couple of years, and they come into the different counties and say, "Oh, we don't like what you're doing. We're kicking you out." Manatee County, Trent Wayman kicked him out, kicked the state committee woman out of there, kicked out the assemblyman out of the,
They
if
have
that's what
kicked
you call
out
them.
the chairman of
They kicked out our
uh,
chairman, Dave
our
Kalen.
chairman, David Kalin,
Yes,
last fall.
yes.
Correct.
Yes. And it's so illegal. They cannot do that. And they have taken it upon themselves. They change the rules. They change, and it trickles down. It trickles down. There's things like, I mean, I can go off on our county, what's going on in our county. They
Well,
change the rules to
we'll certainly
fit
be
what's
talking
going on with
about
them.
that. We'll certainly be talking about that because I know you're going to come on in many more videos that we're doing here. Kathy, I want to round up today's show with who do you have speaking at your Trump Club meeting Monday at 11:30 at Twisted Fork, and that's Monday the what is it, the
The
10th?
10th,
Yes.
August 10th. Yes, at Twisted Fork, 11:30 to 1:30. I have Connie Bruni coming in, and she's from Sarasota, and I can't think of the name of her group that she has up there. Sorry, Connie, but Patriots, the American Patriot. Anyways, she's another one that was affected by the RPOF. Um,
And
anyways,
she's
so
going to
she's
be
coming in to
talking
speak.
about what?
She's going to be speaking about, she started out checking into endorsements. She's not real happy with how these candidates get endorsed. So she started checking into that. And then that led into finding out about a candidate up there, about his what is it when they live in one district but they are running in another?
Yeah, we have that problem here in
So
Charlotte County too.
exactly. So when I saw the video that she was being interviewed about that subject, I thought, oh, we need to have her come and speak because this is what's going on in our county. And
Yep.
so that's what she's going to be speaking about, telling us what happened. And she did something about it. And she, you know, I don't know if it was a grievances that she wrote, but she's going to be speaking about that. And she's very interesting and she's very good at explaining everything.
Excellent.
So that's what we
Uh,
have. Mm-hmm.
so that's Monday, this coming Monday, August 10th at Twisted Fork on El Jabin. It's 776 and it's
Yep.
at the Trump Club.
2208. 2208 El
Thank
Jobin,
you.
which is the
Yeah.
building behind the restaurant. It's
And
not in the restaurant, it's in the building behind it.
And you don't need to be a member to pop in and listen. What they do ask is that
Correct.
you buy your lunch there because Twisted Fork provides
Yeah,
the room for the
correct.
meeting. And so we want to give back to our local businesses too. That's another thing that I want to bring out in this video here. If you are a local business owner and you would like to get your name out through our podcast, through the blogs that we put on our website and emails that we send out, contact me on our website, which is wethepeoplecc.org. Send me an email and I will get back in touch with you about helping you promote your business. But you must be a local business. It cannot be a franchise or part of a large corporation. You need to be a true small business owner. That's what we support here. Cathy Bateman, how can people contact your club besides showing up to the Trump meetings?
My email is cakeejo@yahoo.com. Send me an email and I'll get you on our list.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming
Oh,
on
you're
as
welcome.
the first time you're on. We're going to be doing many more
Yep.
interviews with
Okay.
Cathy Bateman. She's a wealth of knowledge and gets out and does a tremendous job. If you missed the Charlie Kirk event, that's too bad because I have to say I was super impressed with how you managed to put that
Yeah.
together in basically no time. And his memorial is coming up very soon as well. Unfortunately, it's been already a year
I
since he
know.
was
Mm-hmm.
assassinated, and we cannot
Uh-huh.
forget what happened. Thank you so much for coming on, Cathy.
Thank
I will
you.
see you very soon.
Thank you for having me. Thanks a lot.
Thank
Bye bye.
you. Bye.